Friends, I know this video is completely different than what I put on my weekly video schedule on Sunday. I know, but y'all, I found out something really cool and I was like, y'all, we gotta celebrate. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. This upcoming Friday is my 5th year anniversary on MangaTube. I was like 5 years, hey? Like, it feels surreal to me. It truly does. I don't really have a lot of words, I feel, because it's just, I had really hoped when I started YouTubing several years ago, even before I did MangaTube, I had really hoped that I could truly do and continue something exciting on my channel. And when I found manga entered into my life and I got hooked and addicted onto it, that it really changed my world. I felt like in the best of ways. And now here we are 5 years later, continuing to talk about manga and all of the things. I am so very thankful for all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments, your support. You guys are amazing. And I really wanted to do something special for this 5th anniversary. I originally was going to do a video on Friday, but no matter how hard I brainstormed, I just couldn't think of anything. I wanted to do my reading wrap-up, so we're doing that, and that's when I had an idea when I went in the shower the other day of what I could do for today, because I literally got all my books out to do my top 5 favorite reads of July, skimmed through all of them so my brain was fresh on everything, and it just didn't feel right. And I'm very much a person, when it comes to my videos, it needs to sit well with me, I need to feel at peace about it, and it needs to feel right, for the lack of a better word. So I said, okay, let's go take a shower. Literally, the idea came, and I said, I'm on board. This is really exciting, but I do want to say that, you know, this channel is growing because of you. I mean, yes, I'm filming content, making content, posting it, even if you decide not to watch, but it's more fun knowing other people are watching and that I can engage with them and talk to them about what I'm talking about. Like, the beauty of the manga community is us all talking about the manga that we love and enjoy. So I made a form, and I would deeply appreciate if you'd fill it out. I believe it's only 3 or 4 questions, with one of them being a multiple choice. You can check the box as many as you like, just asking for some feedback. Which videos do you enjoy most watching? That's long form and short form, and also what kind of videos would you like to see on my channel? And that's long form or short form. And if there's any topics that you would love to see me explore at any given time, whether that's, you know, in the upcoming weeks or down the road in the future, I would just love your feedback. I don't ask for names or email addresses or anything, just something that will help me moving forward, because I really do like sharing content that you guys are interested and excited for. Not that just I'm excited for. Again, that's the beauty of the manga community, and I really feel like makes, for me, this channel, this space, very special, very important to me. I know I'm super behind on comments, and I do apologize, friends. I've really enjoyed getting back into the groove of things. No, my kids aren't in school just quite yet, but July just felt like a really hectic month, so it's nice to finally have like some time to just, where I'm not in overdrive or panic drive or just trying to survive drive, like all of those things. So again, thank you, and let's celebrate, because I want to do a top 5 MangaTubers I feel like that have shaped me into the MangaTuber I am today. Some of these people, I literally would not be a MangaTuber if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't be filming shoujo content if it wasn't for them. And some people just have really been instrumental in me continuing and helping me with behind the scenes kind of things. So these aren't really in any certain order, except for honestly the first one. So for number 1, Shay at Shay Geeks Out. I would not be a MangaTuber without her, y'all. I mean, yes, there is the possibility, yes, that I could have been, but honestly, I don't remember how I came about in finding her channel several years ago. At that time, I know I was a booktuber and I was actively reviewing indie novels on here because I was a rebel and I was like, I am reading non-traditionally published. Some of that's because I knew a lot of self-published authors, and I had several friends that had gone like the indie route and weren't going on the traditional path to go through like an agent and a publisher and all of those things. So something happened and I came across Shay's channel. I remember being so mind blown because roughly around that time, I believe I did start reading manga, and I really wanted a place to be able to share, like, hey, I'm finding these manga, and I grew up being told manga is evil, and I felt like the influences around me really didn't debunk that at all. And so that led to when I saw her channel, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like, she's sharing her love of novels and her love of manga. Like, it never dawned on me to personally make my channel have both things. And I followed her example. And I remember I posted my very first manga review, Perfect World, several years ago. I had a very different intention and direction for my channel at that time, because since I was in a Christian writing community, I really was targeting that audience of like, hey, if you're like me and you've been told these negative things about manga that we know aren't true, then I hope that these reviews can help those people and that they can actively read manga, because again, manga was life-changing for me. I don't mean that lightly. I mean that with 100% truth. That's how I feel. And so being able to see Shay combine something, her two loves, that I just never thought that was a possibility for myself. And so I started being a MangaTuber, I guess you would say. Well, it was like half-half. I felt I was doing BookTube and I was doing MangaTube, and then eventually I just went full MangaTube mode. No regrets though. But yeah, I have just always been so thankful for her channel and discovering her. I've been thankful for her friendship. I don't remember how it came about, but I remember we started chatting. Y'all, I was fangirling on my side because I really looked up to Shay. I still look up to Shay. I think she's an incredible human being, and I am beyond grateful and honored to call her friend. She's super cool, y'all. So if you ever want a channel that has book reviews and manga reviews, please check her out. I know that I don't think she's done any recently. She does have a journaling channel that I've really enjoyed and definitely has inspired me with my own journal. Though I love how creative she is, because I feel like I'm like, oh, here's stickers, here's a cute font that I'm going to try and attempt to draw and call it a day. She's awesome. Please check her out, and everybody that I'm going to mention, because for number 2, I'm going to say Christy Liu, and I will leave all of their channels linked in the corners or down below. Christy Liu, I feel like maybe didn't influence me in the sense of like I started something new on my channel, but she was one of the people that I came across, and I felt she had the most kawaii aesthetic I'd ever seen when it came to manga. Like, she made, in my opinion, shoujo manga specifically, she made it fun, and I was like, I can't replicate how cute her channel is and how cute she is, but I was like, I want to be able to have this vibe or this aesthetic, I guess it's more of a vibe in this sense, where people come and they're like, man, manga is the best. I love seeing the passion, I love seeing the excitement, and how that really captivates the viewer or the audience, you, and because that's how I felt when I watched Christy Liu's videos. I love them. Some of them I've watched more than once because I just found Christy Liu such a joy to watch, and I felt like when I watched her, I'm like, this is something I want to adopt for my personal channel. I was really surprised to sort of feel that way, and I still haven't come across something like her channel that captures that really fun vibe, and it's just always stuck with me of how cool it is to be able to share about manga, to be able to share about your passions in an exciting way. I know she hasn't posted as much this year because she's been having a lot going on, but I love her content, and I would definitely recommend if you need something that's cute and just fun and has all these, I think of sparkles when I think of her channel, but just the kawaii, like she lives that out, I feel like, through her videos. And so I guess she was just someone I really wanted to have this distinct vibe. I don't know if I have that, but it's something in my mind that I wanted to be able to capture, that manga is fun, and hopefully I have been able to share that, because that is something personally to me that I feel like as a core of my MangaTubeness or MangaTubing, that is essential to me. Like, I always want people to be able to see any of my videos. I mean, some of them are a little bit like more serious than others, but that they walk away like, man, manga is awesome and it's a great thing, because yes, it is. For number 3, I'm going to say Colleen at Colleen Manga Rex. They have been very instrumental in really opening my eyes to the beauty of shoujo. When I first got into manga, I don't know about for other people, but I feel a lot of people have said, but I got into manga because sort of anime a little bit. Or at least I feel like that's when I started getting more serious. Like, I got into manga, Library Wars was the first manga I ever read, and then I think it was like Beauty Pop, and then the other big title I felt like actually really got me hooked on manga was Kimi ni Todoke. But after I read these three, I hadn't done anything with anime involving any of them. I mean, I know Beauty Pop doesn't have one, but like with Library Wars and Kimi ni Todoke, I didn't even know about that these had anime at that time. So I started reading anime again with my husband. The first one that like got us back into it was One Punch Man, and there was a lot of shonen anime because we also watched My Hero Academia. But I say all of that because I was like, oh, these anime have manga. And then I tried reading the manga and I found that, yes, they're good. I'm not knocking them in that sense, but I found like it was so different than Kimi ni Todoke. And I didn't understand that Kimi ni Todoke is geared towards women and One Punch Man is geared towards men. Obviously, any gender can read these series, but that there is a difference in storytelling because of the aim and the audience. And I didn't really get that. Like, I hadn't heard the term shoujo. I didn't know what shoujo was. I didn't even know what shonen was. I just felt like, man, these have different vibes. And somewhere along the way, I remember hearing about Colleen from, I think it was my friend Pippa, Strawberry Shoujo on Instagram, who was sharing, that's when Colleen, I believe, was on TikTok and had started going sort of viral for their videos of making the jump from shonen to shoujo. It wasn't until, man, I don't even know what video it was because it was on their actual channel and it wasn't related to that series, which is really good. Like, that is an amazing playlist, but I just feel like there was one specifically on their channel that was so eye-opening to me. It wasn't one of like the big ones I feel like that are really popular. I was like, this is shoujo, and they broke it down, not what is shoujo or shoujo demographics, but something clicked in me. Something clicked in me watching their passion and continuously highlight shoujo really made me pay attention. I think that was ultimately where it was sort of like a light bulb moment for me of, wow, what is this thing that they keep talking about? I need to know what it is. So I really feel like, even if I can't remember what video specifically it was, because I do remember when I watched Queen's Quality and the review on My Girlfriend's Child, was really touched by how they conveyed themselves. And then I started looking into it. I'm like, shoujo doesn't get the same attention that shonen series does. I was like, I'm going to take their love and I'm going to learn more about what they are standing for and why they feel it's so important. And so now here we are, that me feeling the same way. Shoujo is important, and I love being able to really focus on shoujo series. I still love some of my shonen series. I don't know if I got Kaiju number 8 down here, but obviously I have Haikyuu. I love Haikyuu. That is a pivotal part of my life. So I still love shonen series. But yeah, shoujo deserves so much love because it's changed my life and made it better. And I know I keep throwing that phrase out there, but I just sometimes wish I could show people of how amazing manga is. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for this form of media and how it's impacted me. And so being able to, again, going back to Colleen and seeing their passion, seeing the videos they were putting out, despite that they were met with some really harsh, horrible things at times. Ultimately, I want to say Colleen has inspired me to become a shoujo MangaTuber. I would not be a shoujo MangaTuber, I feel, the same way if I hadn't watched their videos, if I hadn't seen their passion. That was definitely like a big thing because I love shoujo manga. It has captured my heart in a different way than those shonen series did a long time ago. And again, I'm not knocking them because I still love shonen series, but there's just something different about shoujo. And I'm like, I need people to know about Glasses and A Condition Called Love and Queen's Quality and Yona, My Love Story, like all of these that have shaped me and impacted me as a reader. They're important, and because they have shaped me in some kind of way, I'm like, I want other people to know. Getting back on track though, with number 4, I'm gonna say the manga sloth. I was trying to think of what happened in the sense of how did I come across this channel, because I remember one thing that stands out in my mind is my family and I watched him. Like, my kids love the manga sloth. They think he's great. I think he's great. And I sort of feel like he was one of the first MangaTube friends I made. And I remember just being blown away that I could know somebody that in my realm of influence once was so famous and I have watched his videos and deeply enjoyed them. And so I feel like maybe there's not one set video that has like changed me, but his friendship has. His friendship with him and his wife, and him willing to sort of, I feel like, take me under his wings, because while like he was also one of the first people I ever collaborated with on this channel, and that was like the coolest thing. And it was also neat because he talked about Yona and how he had like a little plushie of and I was like, ooh, why would he have a plushie of a squirrel? You know, like now I know, but at that time. And so I feel like his friendship just has encouraged me so much. I've admired how like maybe it's more on the technical side of things, of how like when I think we met about my channel because he was doing like, hey, if you want to like grow your channel and you know you have questions and need help, like you can come to me. And I did, and he's really helped me with the back end of YouTube and really helped me, as much as it's like not the big thing with the videos and whatnot, but really like getting more familiar with tags, the importance of playlists, the importance of filling out, I don't know if chapters is something I learned from him, but things like that may seem small on the flip side when you're watching videos, because that's not something I typically ever think about. And that was something I didn't even think about when I started like filming and doing YouTube. So having his guidance and his friendship has really, especially when there have been really hard times of when I've gotten certain comments in the past that just really, I felt like broke me for a time that I was like, I'm done. And while those times are really, really rare, things that Manga Sloth has said has really stood out to me. Like his encouragement has really blessed my heart and helped me to remember this is a fun space, and not everybody is going to comment on a video and be hateful or spiteful, or one video that comes to mind, or tell me because you're filming videos about not Manga Sloth, but that this commenter was like, you know, you're going to be sending kids to hell because you're filming videos about manga. While I don't believe that at all, it was still really hard to get. Like that was one of the most extreme comments I've ever gotten on this channel, and being able to be very vulnerable with the Manga Sloth, like to the point that I have cried on him, I mean via Discord voice chat, and him just be so uplifting, encouraging. Like I feel like when things have gone down in the MangaTube community and it was sort of like, man, do I want to be part of this space, that he was there, you know, not bashing people, not increasing drama, that instead he was genuinely befriending people like myself that really, again, just encouraged me. And so I find his videos really fun and enjoyable, and maybe again, it's not necessarily a video that, or like his videos that sparked something, but his friendship, like he really showed me how cool it is to have other manga friends that you can share your passion with. And also I feel like too, maybe, hopefully it's not weird to say, but he was one of the few men that I started getting to know that read shoujo. I felt like at the time when I was getting into shoujo that I could definitely see that there's definitely this kind of thing of where men don't read shoujo. That's not meant for men, or men just don't want to read it because it's too girly. Manga Sloth is not like that, y'all. And so that was also really cool for me, and being able to share recs or recommendations that he gives with my husband. His friendship means a lot to me, and I just feel like he has helped me in so many ways on the screen and off the screen, that I'm thankful that friendships exist among MangaTubers, and that manga does lead to friendships, because he is one of the most treasured ones I've had, and just really, really thankful for him and coming across this channel, even though like I don't remember what it was. Like I just remember I was like, this is so different than what I expected, I guess. And I think that's when I started seeing like, whoa, like there's people who really love manga. But yeah, I guess going into number 5, I want to say Daniel Peppers, and I haven't watched a lot of his videos. I haven't followed him like since I started MangaTube or anything. I really feel like his channel took off probably about a year or two ago, but in the now, I feel like Daniel Peppers, like his videos inspire me so much as a content creator, specifically with manga. I even went through his channel, and if I can, I will try and spotlight some of my favorite videos that he has filmed that I've personally watched. I resonate so often with things that he says. When MangaTube was at its peak, I was told by a few different MangaTubers that I would never make it because I didn't do manga hauls, because at that time manga hauls were really popular, and it did seem that way. If you did manga hauls, you would have your subscriber number grow. Not that it's about the numbers, but it felt like it should be when I was told these things that, yeah, that I was not going to make it. They're like, look at XYZ, they're all growing their channels. And I just was like, I don't have an issue with manga hauls, but I know for me, manga hauls are a very slippery slope because it seems from my perspective of things I've seen, the more you buy, the higher your number of views, subscribers goes up. And I'm like, that is bad for me in the sense of that means if I spend money I don't have on manga, I may buy manga I may not even like. I may buy manga that I'm not even interested in, but I'm going to do it anyway to get the views up, to get the numbers, because it feels like a good thing. So while Daniel has never said that outright, I love the focus that he has on reading manga and of how inviting he is of like, hey, like one of his recent videos in the past few months was like, hey, I haven't been reading manga. Can I even call myself a fan of manga or a manga tuber, manga lover kind of thing? I mean, I'm paraphrasing it exactly like that. But his honesty and his genuineness have really resonated with me, that helped me come on here when there's times when I did the review of Kimi Todoke Soulmate, I was pretty vulnerable in that video. Same as Fruits Basket. Both of these videos are not ones I dislike, but they do not capture that fun aspect that I mentioned earlier. There are parts of me that are hard to share because there's a vulnerability there where people could comment on that and really drive a dagger in my heart because of how vulnerable I was, whether they would mean that on purpose or not. And so seeing Daniel's videos and how he has just been, I feel, so true to himself, that regardless if he's reading his manga, regardless if he's not reading his manga, that he is so open about his manga journey and has this down-to-earth vibe that I have like, man, I don't ever want to compromise from myself or my channel. The things that I want to chase after those regardless of how they are met, regardless if people agree or not. Like me sort of rebelling against, and that's why I really didn't do any manga hauls during that time, because I was like, I'm going to show you and prove you wrong. That's not the right mentality to have, okay? It wasn't the pure aim, but it was at the back of my mind that I'm going to show that I'm going to keep going and doing this. And so I have just appreciated as a manga tuber now of how he, again, has just really inspired me with his transparency. He has some really interesting videos. He does also read shoujo as well. And honestly, regardless of whatever he's reading, I just want to listen to what he has to say because I'm really interested in what he's going to want to convey in this video, whether that's like a review of sorts or whether that's just a general topic on something that's happening. Like he has really interesting videos, and truly all of these manga tubers do. I feel like I went down a little bit of rabbit holes there, and I do apologize, but truly all 5 of these people have really helped me to be the manga tuber I am today, and it just felt like a really special way of celebrating my 5th year on MangaTube, of celebrating and focusing, highlighting these people that again have shaped me to be who I am today. That I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that they did their channels, that they filmed the videos that they did, because maybe I wouldn't be the manga tuber I am without them. So yeah, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. I wish I had some like birthday hats, something to celebrate. I don't got nothing. Though I just remember right now, pretty sure I got some balloons somewhere, but it didn't dawn on me. But yeah, thank you just for celebrating with me today. And I truly hope that you'll check out all these manga tubers. Again, I left them in the corner hopefully or down below. They're all great and wonderful people, and I'm thankful to know each one of them, either if that's more as acquaintances or more as friends. They're all great and I would highly recommend them. And yeah, I would love to know of, maybe just somebody who's inspired you in your life, whether that is related to, videos you watch or things every day in your life that are unrelated to videos. Let me know. Just shout them out, because I'm thankful for the people around us who do positively shape us in a really cool way. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!